this particular month is a little more pronounced. So Navaratri starts off with this not only fabulous symbolism, it is also energy-wise true every month. It is not just once in a year. Every month after Amavasya, the first 3 days are like this. Amavasya is a state of inertia where the five elements are going through a certain integration within themselves. The next day is in a placid inertia state, then it gets active, then there is room for transcendence. The moon begins to appear. This is why the third day's moon is held as very important, you know, Moon Rampurai. The third day's moon is held as very important because the possibility of transcendence has opened up. What was in a state of inertia and then in a state of activity and entanglement now has opened the possibility of transcendence. Every month it is happening. This particular month is a little more pronounced because this Amavasya was more pronounced than the rest of the Amavasyas during the year. So, these 9 days, above all, to approach every aspect of life in a celebratory way, this is most important.
What these deities are, if they are properly consecrated, if the necessary science has gone into it, is they are windows to the existence. You can open up a certain window and access the cosmos in different dimensions. So for different aspects of life, we created different type of tools or machines. So in India, all deities are also referred to as yantras. But then the bhakti movement came. When the bhakti movement came, a bhakta or a devotee does not care for science. His emotion is everything. So anybody who would find a stone and a chisel, they started making their own things without the necessary science behind it. So the entire thing got skewed very badly because of the bhakti movement, because that's a different kind of movement. Otherwise, then this entire process is a very profound science. It's not just you, there are thousands of people, those who have these Avigna yantras in their homes and offices. If you listen to their stories, you won't believe things that are happening to them. Because this is a powerful tool, you just have to learn to use it. If you learn to use it, it functions phenomenally well. The best thing that you can do is you transform this itself like that. But this will need some work. If you're willing to work, we can consecrate you. I can make you like a living, walking temple if you want. The easiest thing to consecrate is a living human being. But the problem with the human beings is every 2 minutes they will take a U-turn. So we are choosing stones and other material who are more reliable than you.
In Indian culture, there is a whole attention to the shape and size of the room in which you live. Because the shape and size of the room in some way, if it is not heavily ventilated, when I say heavily ventilated, from both sides, 2 walls are open and it's happening, then it feels almost like outdoor. That's different. Most homes are not made this way. So, different shapes and sizes kind of create different kinds of energy structures. These energy structures can, if they become very strong, can determine your psychological and emotional state, which either can be conducive or can become an impediment in who you want to be. So, certain substances, like sandal in India, there is something called as samrani, which is a very powerful thing, which is used even when people are ill. First thing they do is this, and it is now been found it also kills certain types of bacteria in the air and also on the surfaces. So especially if there is a sick person in the house, samrani everywhere. This has a powerful impact on the atmosphere. It is not necessarily a fragrance, it is a different kind of thing, that it clarifies the air, it just makes the atmosphere feel more lively. Fundamentally, whatever structures that are there, it will make indoor like outdoor. Just mild shamrani in the house will make it feel like, though you're indoors, the feeling is of outdoors because it's an unstructured space. Especially if death happens in the family, shamrani is burnt for up to 11 to 12 days because they want to clear that air completely. Incense has a certain impact, but don't overdo it. One can use it in a sensible manner, but these days incense is being made with chemical stuff. Best you don't burn those things. It's very, very important before you have enough chemical thing happening on the street, in the industry, in the factory floor that you may be working, wherever there's enough chemicals floating around, at least within your house, do not burn chemically made incense, because I think that is almost 70% or 80% of what's available in the market today is chemical. You must take it out before you burn it. It's very, very important because within the closed enclosures, if you burn chemicals, well, the negative impact of that is very, very big. So it must be natural resin or certain other oils, essential oils and things which can make a difference. A mild difference, if you need that kind of a difference, it helps definitely.